your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to Ridgeview Stadium tonight, where the Dothan Wolves are hosting the Red Devils of Central High School of Phoenix City, Alabama. I am Mick Kirk along with Gavin Thomas, and we have Cliff Nyman in the booth too. He's going to be helping keep some stats for us tonight. Gavin, this is a tough game tonight for the Wolves.
This is going to be a tough game, but I tell you, Mitt, Dothan is coming in here with a 2-game winning streak, and we are looking to keep the streak alive. Even though we are going up against an opponent that is a lot better than us, we're still going to keep the fight alive.
And, Dothan has looked better. They still got some work to do, but one thing that they really need to do, if they cut down on penalties, that could really help them in their game, because by committing a lot of penalties, it puts you behind the stick offensively, and it puts your defense in a bad position too. So they need to come out and try to minimize penalties, not commit any turnovers, and just try to play a good, solid game.
That's exactly right, Mitt. I think that it is very important for this Dothan team to come out here and get in a rhythm very quickly. We talk about rhythm on offense and defense, but here Central's going to have the ball first, so it's good to go ahead and get our defense out. And let's make a statement right here at the beginning of the game. When you have big games like this, it's very important to start fast.
So Central will be receiving the ball. Dothan's kicking off. And we'll tell you about some of the key players for both teams as the game progresses. The ball is taken on the 5-yard line out across the 10. And he goes out just shy of the 30, and do we have a flag on the first play of the game?
Yeah, man, you were talking about it right before we started this game, just silly penalties. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the sideline. It was hard to see because we're not on that sideline, but on the far sideline we did have a late hit out of bounds, and that is going to give Central 15 yards.
So that will start Central out near the 45-yard line. It will be right on the 45-yard line. So Central, who doesn't need good field position, gets great starting field position. That's something that Dothan can afford to do.
Yeah, that's a really tough play with Dothan there. They were hungry to get the player on the ground because he's got some speed. So we'll look to see what our defense can do here.
Caleb Nix is the quarterback.
Yeah, we're most likely going to be calling Caleb Nix' name a lot out there at home. Caleb Nix is you're probably thinking, okay, well, that sounds like somebody else that I know, and you are exactly correct. That is Bo Nix's younger brother as the quarterback for Central High School, and you have Bo Nix's dad.
And that was Tommy Griffin, number 9. Caught that one. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Correct. Yeah, Griffin,
yes.
Number 9.
And also, Bo Nix's dad is the coach for the Central team here.
So they score on the first play from scrimmage, 55 yards on a strike from Nix to Griffin. And we talked about things that Dothan needed to do right, and they started off wrong by committing a penalty on the kickoff return, and then they get burned for 55 yards for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. They kind of set us back a little bit, and just like in college, when you have a big play like that goes against you, a lot of college teams come out and just hit you with a long ball, and that's exactly what Central did. They said, we got them right where we want them, and give props to Caleb Nix, who made an amazing throw right on the money to his wide receiver.
And we talked about the Central team. They are undefeated. They come into this game 8-0, and Dothan comes in this game with a 3-4 record. And common opponents, they've had several common opponents. And Central has pretty much demolished all of them except for Auburn. They won 21-7, and Auburn beat Dothan 49-13. So Dothan, the ball goes out of bounds, so it will come out to the 35. So Dothan will have decent starting field position. The thing that Dothan needs to do now is come out and try to control the flow of the game and try to get some first down and try to keep Central's offense off the field.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mitt. And when I think about this game and you think about the high-powered offense that we've already seen, you think about the Ole Miss Alabama game. You know, we think about Auburn and Alabama a lot, so that's why I'm going to be talking about that. But Nick Saban said, okay, this is a high-powered offense, so we need to work the ball down the field very methodically and very slowly to really speed the game up, because if you give this Central team too many possessions, they're going to cakewalk this game.
Dothan takes the snap, and they hand it off to Octavius Thomas. He moves ahead for about 3 yards, and Thomas is a big part of this Dothan offense. He had a 39-yard touchdown run last weekend against Jeff Davis.
Yeah, exactly right. And the last time that I was here, we played Carroll, and I was doing the game with you, and he actually had a punt return also for a very nice punt return.
And incomplete pass that was intended for number 85, Jones. It's incomplete. So it brings up a 3rd and 7 for Dothan.
Yeah, you know, we don't see this Dothan offense pass too much. We've got a stall of running backs that we can hand the ball off to, but we do need to spread it around in this game.
Thomas in the backfield with Jackson. They give it to Thomas, and he's hit and he loses yards. He was hit at the original line of scrimmage, so Dothan's going to go 3 and out.
Yeah, man, that looked like a free safety blitz on the left side there from Muhammad, number 1. And, man, he came in there and shot out like a cannon.
So Dothan goes 3 and out, and they will be punting and putting the ball back into the hands of Central, who scored on their first play from scrimmage on a 55-yard TD pass from Nix to Griffin.
Now, Mitt, we have seen this punter here for Dothan. I believe it was a 75-yard punt.
It was a 71-yard punt.
71-yard punt against Carroll, so he can boom it. Let's see what he's got.
They call for the fair catch at the 30. So Central will be starting on their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10. For the Red Devil,
some of the key players we talked about for Central, we only got to see them on one play, but look out for number 4, the running back Johnson. He's pretty effective. And number 13, Terry, wide receiver. Number 2, wide receiver Camilla English. He had 9 catches and 141 yards against Auburn last week. And the ball off, and a good stop by Dothan.
Yeah, that was a great stop by the Dothan defense there, realizing they were going to hand it off to the guy you just mentioned, number 4, Jamiel Johnson. Looks like the game plan is to make sure that Jamiel Johnson doesn't get his feet moving north and south.
That was Brewer on the stop for Dothan. A gain of 2 brings up a 2nd and 8 from the 32. Nix goes again, and wow, he snags that one down for first down.
Yeah, but you just can't throw that ball any better by Caleb Nix there, right on the sideline. First down for the Central.
And that was
Central there.
Johnson on the reception. And the ball off again, and it's close to another first down. That was Johnson again.
Jamal Johnson at the carry. Stop made by James Dowdy.
And it's another first down. I had the opportunity to watch Central play Enterprise this year, and they pretty much scored at will much of the game. But one thing that Central did was committed a lot of penalties, and they allowed Enterprise to get back into the game. So Nix gets the ball off, and boy, it looked like they're going to go for and they're stopped at the 5. Boy, the yards after the catch that time.
Nix's pass is complete
Wow,
to
Carmelo English caught the ball. I mean, Caleb, I commend our defense. They played really well there and was able to almost get to Caleb Nix there, but he threw it off his back foot, had a receiver there, and that was Carmelo English, and he did the rest. I mean, he almost scored on that play. So we'll have to watch Carmelo English. He's got some speed, and he's a big boy.
Wow. 8:39 left in the first, and Central's in the red zone again. Pass complete, easy. That goes over to number 2, Carmelo English.
Pass is complete to number 2, Carmelo English.
That was about a
For a
5-yard
touchdown.
TD pass from Nix to English.
Yeah, he they did a good job that time running the ball, and I think they did a great job of mixing it up. They ran it a couple of times, also was in the passing game a couple of times, and that time for the touchdown, just a simple slant route with the play action on top of it. So Dothan's really got to come back to the line over here and figure out some things on defense.
And we talked about, and the extra point is good, so it makes it 14-0. And we talked about how Dothan needs to get some first downs to keep Central offense off the field. They need to get some long drives and score some points. That's the only when they said to success.
Yes, the recipe to win this game for Dothan is definitely working our way down the field. And honestly, they call it dinking and dunking, but I don't care what you call it, as long as it gets down the field and we can get some points. It really doesn't matter what they call it. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, the Dothan Wolves on offense need to get into a rhythm. We haven't been able to get into a rhythm at all the past offensive possession.
That was 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And that included the Dothan possession. We have a flag on the far side of the field. We'll have to wait and see what the call is.
It's going to be on the kicking team, Mitt, but I tell you what, what really gives us a spark here is if we could have one of our returners, help our offense out a little bit with field position. We've got number 4 back there for Dothan. And
Octavian Thomas.
Yes, and then can't tell who's over there on the.
And Dothan can do it. They've had a kickoff return for a touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown in the same game. So they're going to be stopped at about the 22-yard line. So Dothan starting on their own 22.
Yeah, our special teams is sometimes some of our best offense throughout the game. So we'll definitely be looking for our special teams to help our offense out this game.
Yeah, special teams play has been a big part of the games that the Wolves have won this year. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 22. Jackson drops back. And it's complete.
Yes.
Boy, and I tell you what, he could take it down inside the 5. Inside the 5 to the 5-yard line to Blackman. We talked about Raymond Blackman.
That's right. Raymond Blackman's got some wheels, and if you get him in space, he can make things happen just like he did on that play. Got down to the 9-yard line, kind of ran out of the gas there at the end. Wasn't able to punch it in the end zone, but we are in great position here to score.
He's at the 5-yard line. That went from the 22 to the 5. A flag. Delay of game?
No, it's going to be a.
Well, we talked about the penalty.
That just destroys your momentum. You have a big play like that, and it looked like it was a substitution infraction, and you just got to make sure that you have this kind of stuff taken care of.
That was about a 80-yard pass. Jackson rolls out. Whoa, he overthrows him. There's a little miscommunication that time between the receiver and the quarterback.
Yeah, I do believe so too. And right now I'm watching JVR Jackson kind of getting up a little bit gingerly here. We'll watch that because JVR Jackson is very important in this game. We have got to have JVR Jackson if we're going to make a push at all in this game.
So it brings up a 2nd and goal from about the 11-yard line. Dothan needs to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and it comes back to that penalty. You'd be on the 5-yard line if it wasn't for that substitution penalty. But let's see what we can do right here. 2nd and goal.
They give it to Thomas, and he gets back to about the 10.
Yeah, that Central defensive line has done a great job of stunting up front and making sure that those Dothan running backs that we've talked about not getting much on any running plays.
3rd and goal from the 10. Into the game for Dothan is number 22, Jalen Corbett. He's a wide receiver, and also split wide is number 9 for Dothan, Hornsby. And they can't turn the corner. That play hasn't worked all year.
Yeah, we've tried that play a couple of times with a couple of different teams, and I tell you what, this Central team is just too fast on the outside and can get to that play very easily. Looks like Dothan is going to run the field goal kicker out. He's done a very good job this year and kicked some pretty good field goals for us. So we'll see what William McCarthy can do.
Yeah, and this will be a 32-yard attempt. Boy, I tell you, that penalty got us behind.
Whew. I tell you what, if you're on the 5-yard line and you can't get it in, I think on 4th and goal, being down 14-0, you would have taken that.
Up, and it's good.
Nope.
McCarthy knocks one in for 32. So Dothan gets some points out of it, and they took a little time off the clock.
That's right. Good job with the Dothan offense. They did a great job on that play. Raymond Blackman had an amazing play, and if I'm Dothan, I'm coming back over to the sideline, and I'm making sure that we get the ball in our playmakers' hands, no matter what it takes. I don't care what you got to draw up, but you've got to put the ball in Raymond Blackman's hands and Octavius Thomas's hands. We've tried a couple of screen kind of plays and sweep plays, but we need to look at some other just really changing it up.
Yes, and you're exactly right, because we've seen them try to do those sweep plays, and it hasn't worked. Dothan has been – now, when they can get the running back to the outside, they've been able to do it, but not on those little passes like that. They have been unsuccessful.
That's exactly right.
But you see the speed of Dothan, how Blackman almost took that one to the house.
Yeah, if he had a little bit of oxygen, I think he would have made it, Mitt. But now our defense has got to get fired up because the offense was able to get some points on the board.
Yeah, the defense need to make a stop. And they return it to the 22-yard line. Central does, and so they will be starting at their own 22. And Central's leading 14-3 with 5:51 left in the opening quarter. Mick Kirkland along with Gavin Thomas and Cliff Nyman bringing you to action tonight. This is an important defensive drive for the Wolves. They can't afford to get any further behind. Nix hands it off. And Dothan goes in and stops him after a short gain. And on that stop for Dothan was
stop made by Ty
Martin in on the stop. So 2nd and 8.
Oh, well, yeah.
And they had some movement, so that should back Central up 5 yards.
Yeah, that'll help our defense out just a little bit. Central's done a good job of keeping our defense on our heels. I think a couple of different plays on both of those drives. Dothan has thought that Central was going to run the ball and then ended up throwing the ball and then a couple of ways the other way. So our defense has just got to settle in here, I think.
It's a 2nd and 12 for the Red Devils. Ball at the 25-yard line of Central. Nix, he's been chased, and he finds an open receiver, and boy, he's quick. And he goes out of bounds after picking up a first down out to the 45-yard line. Dothan's going to have to get to Nix. They can't just let him sit there and take all day. He will pick you apart.
Yeah, I got to give props to that Central offensive line. There's some big boys up there. I know we were looking at it before the game, and Central's got a ton of guys that are being looked at by D1 colleges, and you can look out there and tell. I mean, they are monsters. And then also number 2, you know, we've seen him a couple of times, Carmelo English. He's got some offers on the table too.
And he drives forward, and it should be enough for another first down. That was Johnson on the carry.
With the stop.
1st and 10. They had
1st and 10 from the 44 of Dothan.
And we have a flag.
Yep.
And it's another motion called against Central. So that would back them up 5 yards. I told you that watching the game against Enterprise, they committed a lot of penalties, but they were able to overcome them.
Yeah, I mean, they just have so much talent on the offensive side of the ball that 5 yards is just not going to phase them at all. They're going to be able to pick that up very easily, just like the last time. It was just a little curl route to Carmelo English, which was very simple and looks like it could be there all night.
Dothan needs a negative offensive play. And, boy, that time number 4 takes it, Johnson, and he takes it for another first down. So the ball's inside the 30-yard line at the 29-yard line of Dothan. This drive started on the Central 22. Johnson in the backfield with Nix. Nix drops back. He looks, and he overthrows his receiver. But we have a flag in the backfield, and I'm hoping it was holding against Central.
Yeah. So where 5 yards may not phase them, I'm hoping that 10 may actually phase them. But we have to look out. You know, Caleb Nix, we saw it on that first play of the game. He can let that thing go. And so, you know, if I'm that Dothan defense, I'm just making sure that nothing gets behind me because they've got a long way to go for a first down right here.
Yeah, the ball back at the 47-yard line. They have to get to the 20. So it's 27 yards. Nix rolls out. And Dothan's got to make those tackles.
Man.
And they finally brings him down.
Yeah.
That was Zay Henry on the stop for Dothan.
Yeah, number 9, Tommy Griffin Jr. over there in the right side that Caleb Nix had over there. And, man, it looked like Dothan had him swallowed up, but they are fast, and they can get through some tackles. They can break tackles and make something happen.
2nd and 17, incomplete. So it brings up a 3rd and 17.
That was a better job for Dothan defense, kind of speeding things up for Caleb Nix. For the past quarter here, he's been able to get in a rhythm, and he's found time the whole entire first quarter. But at that point, he was a little sped up and did not put the ball where he needed to.
This is the first time that Dothan's had Central behind the chain on 3rd down.
And this is 3rd down and long. Again, I would this defense needs to make sure that they keep everything in front of them here.
They run Nix out of the pocket, and it's almost intercepted. So it brings up a 4th and 17. We'll see if they go for it. They probably will.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised here if they bring out the punter here because of where they're at on the field.
And you have to play 4 downs. You can't play 3. You can stop them for 3, but if they go for it on 4th, you got to make that 4th down stop.
That's exactly right. And I'll say it one more time. If you're Dothan, you can let them catch the ball in front of the sticks, but you've got to rally to the ball. You've got to rally to the ball.
Nix goes deep in end zone.
Oh,
and
no!
It's touchdown.
Oh.
On 4th and 17.
Pass is complete.
Touchdown.
For Central, touchdown.
Cliff, you all right? Cliff, see if you can get him some help. Call it. Yeah. Get Cliff, you all right?
Keep the ball, extra point is good. For 2 minutes.
So Central goes up 21 to 3.
21, Dothan 3.
So we're getting ready to kick off Central on a 4th and 17 and score a touchdown. Dothan takes the ball on the 5-yard line and returns it. And returns it out to about the 22-yard line. We're going to set it 23.
Defense kickoff is returned by Derby. Dothan will take possession at their own 23-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. And they're hit in the backfield. That time they gave it to Thomas.
Thomas with the carry. Stop made by Lance Prince.
So it brings up a 2nd and 14 for the Wolves. Pass is complete out to Blackman.
Jackson's pass is complete to Raymond Blackman.
And it moves the ball out near across the 30. So it brings up a 3rd and about 2 for the Wolves. Pass is complete, and it's enough for a Dothan 1st down. Complete over to
Jackson's pass is complete.
Braxton Hornsby. So Dothan gets the 1st down.
First and 10, Wolves from the 37.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. And nothing there.
Thomas with the carry.
They hit Thomas in the backfield, a loss of 2.
2nd and 12.
So it brings up a 2nd and 12 for the Wolves. Pass is complete over to Braxton again, Braxton Hornsby.
Braxton Hornsby with the catch. Stop made by James.
So that's a gain of about 7. So it brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Wolves. And that is the first quarter play. So we've come to the end of one, and the score is the Central High Red Devils 21, the Dothan Wolves 3. We'll be back with second quarter action after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier Showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.
Okay, we're set to start the second quarter of action. Dothan has a 3rd and 5. And he keeps the ball, and I think he got the first down. I think Jackson did.
Yeah, great run by Javier Jackson there, just making something happen with his legs and picking up the first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolves. And they're not getting anywhere running. Central is crashing the line and throwing Dothan for a loss. So there's a loss.
Yeah. Offensive line's having a hard time right there to get to that defensive line. That defensive line's got some mean monsters up there. Again, we talked about it a couple of times, how they've got some guys that are being offered, and there's a defensive end down there that is also being offered D1.
Nothing there. They hand the ball off again but we have a flag. We'll see what the flag is.
Thomas with the carry. Stop made by Mark Baker.
And it's against Central. I think it may have been a face mask.
Well, that'll help Dothan out. We'll take whatever we can get at the moment.
And it's going to
almost be a first down,
First down, yeah.
It's going to be close.
So it's a 2nd and 1 for the Wolves.
Second and 1 to go.
2nd and 1 for the Wolves. And they brought in Peterson is in the backfield.
Ooh. Yeah, man, he just doesn't have enough time back there to get anything done.
So Jackson is sacked, what brings up a 3rd and 9 instead of a 3rd and 1. Central they're quick and fast.
Yeah, number 3 right there, Tamarion Parker is a defensive end, 6'4", 250. That boy is a big boy, number 3 right there, defensive end, and he can get to the quarterback very quickly.
So it'll be 3rd and 9. Jackson drops back, and it's complete for a first down. Over to Braxton Hornsby.
Yeah, great job by Javier Jackson right there. Great throw. Also, Braxton Hornsby did a great job on the play with the route. It was a simple curl route. Again, we've seen a couple of those tonight, but very well executed by Dothan's offense.
So it was a 3rd and long, and Dothan was able to get a first down.
First and 10 from the Red Devil.
The ball's in the Central territory for the first time tonight for the Wolves.
Ooh.
And Jackson keeps it and gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Yeah, he's got to be careful there. JVR Jackson was looking to maybe hand the ball off, but at that point, the defensive ends were in the backfield with him, so he almost handed the ball off to a defensive end.
Yeah. So a loss of about 1, so it's a 2nd and 11 for the Wolves.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Right through Dothan's intended receiver's hand and almost into the hands of a Central defensive back.
Yeah, thankfully the defensive back there, number 1, we've already seen him make a couple of plays on the line, but Muhammad almost had a pick for the Central Devils there.
So it brings up a 3rd and 11 for the Wolves. They've been able to take some time off the clock on this drive.
Yeah, they have, and we've talked about that. If they could take some time off the clock and not let the Central Devils offense be on the field, it would help.
Goes deep, wide open. Oh, wow. That was 6 points.
Man.
He overthrew his intended receiver, Jalen Corbett.
Oh, man. At home, you're watching that play, and you're like, well, he's wide open. Why not just put it right there? But you got to think about the quarterback in that position. It's very hard to throw to an open receiver when you know that they're wide open. You want to throw it right to them, and it ends up sailing over their heads every time.
He was under a lot of pressure, too.
He was.
So he may have thrown it before he wanted to.
That's tough for Dothan, though, because they had kind of a busted coverage at play there, and were able to get it to 6 if it could have connected.
Punt.
Oh, really great punt.
Wow. Takes a Dothan bounce inside the 5. I think they're going to mark it out at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what, we kind of talked about him being a key player because of he's able to punt the ball very deep, but that time, very great punt. Smart punt
Adam
to get
Rockford
it down into the 3-yard line there.
Yeah, so it'll be Central will be starting on their own 2-yard line. Now, Dothan need to make a defensive play here and not let Central get behind them.
That's exactly
right. A safety here would be good.
Now, I'll tell you, we did have a safety against Carroll the last time I was here, so they do know how to do it. So I think you just – oh, man.
And they get it out to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, it's going to be tough to get a safety on this offensive line of the Central Devils because they're just going to push you down the field at least 3 or 4 yards.
So it brings up a 2nd and 7 for Central. The ball at the 5. Quick out. Good stop by Dothan. It's enough for a first down, but it wasn't a big play.
Yeah,
a big yard play.
That's right. They were able to get the first down, but I think we were just trying to make sure they didn't go long on us again like they did at the beginning of the game.
So it's short. It's a 3rd and 1. And it's going to be close to a first down.
We're going to agree with the carry.
Oh, they're going to say it's fourth down. Man. This is huge for Dothan. I think if I'm Central, you've got to punt this ball, being on the 15, 11-yard line, and they are going to punt this ball.
Yeah,
so good job, Dothan defense coming up with a stop, at least at the moment.
Right.
Barring a fake punt.
Yeah. So if Dothan can hold on here, this will be their first defensive stop of the game.
It was by far their worst field position.
A flag. Let's see.
Looks like it's going to be a delay of game. I was kind of wondering about that the punt coverage actually was all the way on the other side of the field over there. I don't think they were ready to punt the ball. They probably haven't punted a lot in their season, so they may not have been ready.
Right. We'll see if Dothan, they may try to block it, but they don't need to.
No,
don't commit a penalty.
You don't want to risk anything here. You just want to be able to get the ball back in your hands on offense. Oh, gosh. And we've got – oh, okay. Let that go. Don't touch it. Okay.
So Dothan stops Central for the first time tonight.
I'm very shocked because that is a very, very stout offense for the Central Devils. Good job defense. Way to settle in there on that drive. I will say that was the worst field position for Central in this game. They've had great field position on every single drive, and we were able to stop them. So we've got to capitalize here, Mitt. This is our best field position, and we've got to capitalize here.
So Dothan starting in Central territory on the 41-yard line. Jackson rolls out.
Oh!
And it's
Oh!
Almost complete. Boy,
Man.
did a lot of bouncing there.
Goodness.
I'm glad it didn't bounce into Central's hand.
I know it. I was holding my breath there, Mitt. Good. Honestly, it was a great play by JVR Jackson. Rolled out to the right, and it was he was looking at his receiver. He wasn't good. And he was looking for his receiver, and he was watching him, and he was able to tell his receiver to go out further, and just wasn't able to hit him. All right, Dothan, JVR Jackson swings it out to number 4, Octavius Thomas. That was actually a very good pickup there. We talked about those swing plays not working out very well, but at that point in time, it did go well for Dothan. So we're going to have a third and manageable, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. So look for Dothan to probably go for it on 4th down if they don't get it here on 3rd and 6.
They're trying to draw Central offside. The play clocks are not working tonight, so. Flag.
All
I
right.
think it may have been a face mask.
Yeah, it did look like maybe face mask, which will give us 15 yards and a first down.
Sack made by number 92.
Well, we hope it's a face mask. I think it is.
Thinking it is too. Yeah. All right.
You know, I talked to you, I was saying earlier about how I saw Central play Enterprise, and they committed a lot of penalties.
That's
Central
exactly right.
Committed a lot of penalties and allowed Enterprise to get back into the game and hang around.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if Dothan can punch this in the end zone, obviously we haven't gotten into the end zone yet this game, but we came very close. And if we can punch this into the end zone, this game is by far nowhere near over.
So it's 1st and 10, the ball at the 27-yard line. And they give the ball to Thomas, and he lunges forward for a couple of yards.
Yeah, great tough run, 3 or 4 yards. That's what you want on first down. You just want to make sure that you're not behind the sticks on first down. And I think we've done a good job on first down to pick up a couple of yards to make it a little bit more doable on 2nd and 3rd.
So I think he picked up 2 on that one. It brings up a 2nd and 8. 2nd and 7, they're going to say officially. Jackson drops back. He goes deep.
He's got a man. Oh.
Incomplete. And a flag.
Okay.
Interference. 2 flags. And that's the thing. When you throw the ball like that, you have a chance of getting the interference.
That's exactly right. As long as the ball is close to the receiver, you're going to have the option. You kind of put the decision in the ref's hands of if that defender is in the way or not. And so this is a massive play for Dothan, and it's going to march them way down the field into the red zone. And we've talked about it right before this drive started. They had to capitalize, and And we've capitalized so far, but mainly on penalties of Central.
Hey, we're normally committing them, giving it to the other team. So
We will take it however we can get it.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line off Central. Thomas goes to the outside, cuts back in, not much there. Central is quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, they're quick to get off the line, and they're going to come at you pretty. They're going to come at you with some intent, as I like to say.
A gain of 1, so it brings up a 2nd and 9. 4:15 left in the first half. Central up 21-3 over the Wolves. The Wolves in the red zone for their 2nd time tonight. They had a 1st and goal at the 5 and committed a penalty that moved them back out, and they never could punch it in. Complete!
Oh, great job!
Touchdown,
yes!
Blackman for Dothan.
That's right, and simple slant route. Didn't get too cute. Didn't want to have a fade to the end zone or anything like that. Did a great job. Man, what a great touchdown. We were just talking about it. Weren't able to punch it in on the other side. And this time they were able to punch it in, and now we've got the extra point to make it 21-10.
And that's exactly what Dothan needed.
Oh, no.
Bad snap. Well, it'll be 21-9.
Yep, just get on it.
We can't make those kind of mistakes,
Yeah,
when you're in that position. But, hey, we got the touchdown.
We got the touchdown. I tell you, that's not a mistake that we've seen a lot. So I think that's an outlier when you look at it. We've talked about our special teams being very special for this ball club. So I know that they'll come over and they'll talk about what it was, whether it be the slip of the ball or whatever. So I don't think that that's something that's going to really be something we have to see again.
Just think about it. If Dothan hadn't gotten that penalty down on the other end when they got on the 5-yard line, this game could be totally different.
This game could look 21-17 if we had executed correctly on the goal in the
it would
red
have been
zone.
21-14.
Yes, that's right.
21-14.
That's right.
Well, 13, we missed the extra point. But anyway, they need another stop like they did the last drive, a defensive stop like they did last time.
That's exactly right. And the defense has now that they have stopped Central, maybe they have the confidence to stop them again. And
Ball's taken on the 1. And he brings it out to the 21. So a return of about 20 out at the 21-yard line. English with the return.
I'll call it right here, Mitt. Turnover for Dothan right here on this drive.
All
So
right.
3:42.
You heard it.
Turnover right here for Dothan. We've had a couple of balls that have been in our arms. We haven't been able to squeeze to get the interception. I think these Central guys are not holding the ball too tight. We'll see what we can come up with here.
All right. Now, I see Gavin out on a limb.
Oh, no.
And he fumbles.
Fumble.
You called it, Gavin. You called it. You went out on a limb, and you're standing on the limb.
Oh,
you stood on it, buddy.
Oh, man. What a great
play.
Man, what a great play by, who was that? I don't know who forced the fumble there, but great job with staying with the play. Caleb Nix made an amazing throw again. And right on the money, but the receiver, just like I was talking about, kind of loose with that ball and was able to knock that ball out. Great play by Dothan defense there. And now Dothan offense have the ball again. Wow.
Well, hey, one thing I can say about you, you're not afraid to stop out on a limb. So you did it and you called it.
Woo.
All right, now give me the lotto numbers for tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Us Baptists don't gamble. Come on now, man.
All right, okay. 1st and 10, Wolves.
Well,
tried to get it out to Peterson.
I tell you what, though,
long.
man, if you look at that, the way that it was set up, it was there. It was there. There was nobody around that running back.
Yeah, well, Dothan's got to hit some screens to slow down that rush.
That's right.
And if they would have been successful at that one, it would slow that rush down.
That would have gone for at least 50 yards, Mitt.
So it's
unfortunately, they wasn't able to connect.
2nd and 10 for the Wolves. Jackson, and he's dropped for a loss. So he's sacked for a loss of probably about 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of the things that you can't do with this defense barreling down on you, you've got to make a decision. Whether that decision is to run or that decision is to pass, you cannot be in that pocket trying to figure out what you're going to do. You've got to make a decision and stick with it and be confident in your decision.
So they're going to say officially 3rd and 13.
Now be careful with a 3rd and long like this.
They go deep.
He's got 2 play.
Man. That time Blackman couldn't hang on.
And that was a great throw by Javier Jackson. He had 2 players right in the area, and thankfully Blackman is going to be okay. He's walking off. I think he was just more upset with himself that he didn't come down with it. But great throw by Javier Jackson. And another thing to think about, these long balls are open, so keep going to it.
Yes, definitely. Okay, we need a 71-yard punt from
This is probably exactly
Wofford.
where he was that Carroll game, so we can see it.
He gets a boomer.
That's a nice
It could be
one.
a field flipper.
Oh, I was hoping he wasn't going to be able to catch that, but he did. He's reversing field, and look. Our kicker's going to be able to take him down. Number 19, our punter, comes out with the amazing stop on the play, because if he didn't stop him, no one was going to. Great job by number 19 with the booming punt, and then to go ahead and top it off with the tackle. Great job.
So Central returns it to the Dothan 45 with 2:10 left.
If you can't tell, man, I'm amped up here.
I couldn't tell, David.
There's just been a little bit of everything out here tonight.
1st and 10 Central at the Wolves 45-yard.
So Central will be starting on the Dothan 45, and if they can hold them, I'm seeing a momentum swing. I don't know about you, Gavin.
Absolutely, and I was hoping that our offense would have done a little bit more with the ball right there, but with 2:25, Central's got plenty of time to score here. Our defense has just got to stop them again, and that's tough. Oh, no.
You have to hit him.
Oh, goodness. And we've got a ref that got knocked down there.
You can't do an arm tackle on him.
Oh, no.
No.
And he's broke tackles
Johnson.
all night. And, man, that ref took a spill down there. She's tough. She got right back up.
So it's a 1st and 10 for Central at the 21-yard line of Dothan. This was all set up with a big return to the Dothan 45. It was a good run, but the return is what hurt. Nix goes touchdown from 22 yards out.
Yeah, that was a post route there for the Central Devils. David Nix just put it right where he had to have it.
So they come and score with 1:43 left. Dothan really needed to hold the ball long in their last drive.
That's right.
Yeah,
Our defense went back out there after being on the field for a little while, and was hoping our offense was going to be able to do a couple of different things on that last drive. Just wasn't able to get it done.
It was really set up by that big return.
That's right.
Extra point is good.
It's a much different outlook when you go into the half and it's 21-9 and then 28-9. You have a little bit more confidence that you can, get back in this thing. And now what Dothan has to do is they've got to keep this ball till the half.
Well, I'm going to go on a limb, okay? Dothan, they have returned them for touchdowns.
All right,
They've had an 89-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Turnover's very different than a kickoff return. Are you trying to say that?
Well, I'm trying to say they can do it.
They can. Okay, that's very different than they will do it.
Well,
they can. Yes, you're exactly right.
Back D for Dothan is number 2, Dury, and number 4, Octavius Thomas. So now I'm telling you, I wouldn't count it out.
Hey,
I wouldn't count it out, Gavin.
I hope you're right, Mitt. I know they can. I hope they turn it on right here.
Like I've seen them couple of those. If they get all right, Dury, he takes it at
he's
the
got
8,
some speed. Dury's got. Yeah,
and he's stopped shy of the 20.
It's going to take a lot of blocking on the kickoff return to be able to take something back like that, because you got some big guys barreling in on you pretty quick. And we do have a hurt player for the Central Devils on the field.
Yeah, while we got a break here, I want to remind you about our YouTube channel, the Scenic Sports Network YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Scenic Sports Network. That's SCENIC Sports Network, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button and the subscribe button. So we have probably close to 300 high school football, basketball games from over the past 20 years on there. And just go subscribe and hit the notification button, and I'm quite sure you will enjoy seeing this game as well as many others over the past 20 years.
Absolutely, and if you like hearing me and Mitt's voice, we're on there a couple of more times. So just go on and check.
Gavin, I actually found the game you were on. I think it was from 2014.
That was probably a rough game because it's probably my first game ever doing it. Probably nervous, shaking.
That time Blackman is dropped. If he could have got away,
a little under route, trying to get those linebackers to step back a little bit. They've been looks like they have 8 guys in the box, and Central's looks like they're going to call a timeout because they want the ball back, Mitt.
Yeah, and we don't want to give it back to them.
No, we do not.
So with 1:19 left in the first half, the score is Central 28, Dothan 9. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. So it's a 2nd and 14 for the Wolves. They're on their own 15-yard line.
Oh.
And they go up the middle, and Central calls another timeout. So it brings up a 3rd and about 11.
Yeah, you said it, man. I really think that Dothan really needs to try to get something going north and south. I know that they want to try to burn the clock and try to burn the clock out and try to go to halftime, but with Central having these timeouts,
Central has one
timeout left, and they can stop the clock. So you really needed a first down, and now you're kind of behind the sticks at 3rd and 12, needing a first down. So you've got to figure something out. But I do also understand you don't want to make a bad play here, being as though you're in their territory.
Right, but then, hey, if you give it to them, they may score anyway, so go big. I said go big, Gavin.
Man, go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
That's right.
Oh, we are at home.
Oh, okay.
But that means we have to go big. So Jackson is the quarterback. In the backfield with him is Peterson, number 5.
Oh, number 3. 3's open. Oh.
And he misses Blackman, who would have had a huge gain.
Yeah.
But I think it was the right call myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Raymond Blackman had him beat, and he's beat his defensive back, his safety, all night long. So if I'm going to the half and I'm looking at adjustments, I'm looking to Raymond Blackman, getting the ball to Raymond Blackman, because he's had a heck of a game tonight.
We need this to be a 70-yard non-returnable punt.
There's a difference in a 70-yard returnable punt and a non-returnable punt, isn't there, Mitt?
He'll be punting from the 1-yard line. He gets off another boomer. Ooh. And they take it at the 49-yard line. That was about a 50-yard punt.
Yeah, and I give it to this punter. We've talked about him pretty much all night, and he's done a great job.
So Central gets the ball with 1:06 left in the half, and Dothan need to make one big stop here.
Yeah, you really can't let the Central Devils score right here before the half. It'll really do something mentally to you before you go into the locker room.
Central 1st and 10 from their own 49. Nix. And a big hit, move on, so you don't get a penalty.
Yep. We've seen too much of that this season. So good hit by a number 1 there. Quentin Norton.
Norton. They've moved. Norton used to be number 4 defensively, and he's number 1. He had to come in last week at quarterback.
They play a little Russian roulette with us with the numbers, so we never really know what's going to happen. Who is who? All right, that'll help us out. Looks like it's going to be a false start. Or actually, I take that back.
Offside.
It's going to be an offside on Dothan. They must have lined up in the
neutral zone
there.
So it brings up a 2nd and about 2.
The clock is not on Central's side here. Granted, we know that they can score in a hurry. They can score in 3 seconds if they wanted to.
Yeah, they scored on the first play from scrimmage.
I think that one took probably 7 seconds off the board.
Nix.
And they're going deep again, Mitt.
He's running around. And he throws it out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, he threw that about 4 yards out of bounds. Looked like he was kind of throwing it to one of our Dothan cheerleaders over there. But great job by the Dothan defense just to get him out of his rhythm. He wasn't able to step into the throw. He had to scramble a couple of times. And that's when we've really seen this defense shine, is when they're able to get pressure on the quarterback.
So it brings up a 3rd and 2. Ball at the 43-yard line off Dothan. Nix.
Pick.
Almost intercepted.
Man. Shoo. Man, I had to stand up for that one, Mick, because it was heading straight for our defender on the play.
Boy, he almost stepped in front of that one and picked it off.
That would have gone for a long time. That may have been a pick 6.
So
he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
It's a 4th and 2 for Dothan. 42 seconds left in the half.
This is big for Dothan here.
Central has the ball in Dothan if they can make a stop here.
Now, if we can make a stop here, Dothan has 3 timeouts in our pockets with 42 seconds if we can make a stop here. And you said go big or go home, so we really need this.
Nix. And he picks up the first down. He needed to get to the 41, and he got inside the 40 to about the 38.
Yeah, now it's all about just getting to the half, Mitt, for our defense. Our defense got to hold right here and make sure that the Central Devils don't punch one into the end zone. And, again, I've said it a couple of times, is you got to keep everything in front of you. Yep. Don't let anybody beat you behind it. It looks like we are playing a little bit of prevent defense.
Yeah, we're in a 3-man front. Nix.
He's got plenty of time. Oh.
And it's complete. Whoa. I tell you what, he thought he was gone, but number 11 came in and laid it on him, Jason Thomas.
Yes, Jason Thomas. Yeah, that's right. I'll claim him. And looks like it's going to be – he may have called us off sides again.
Well, no. They started before they were set.
Oh, okay. He was trying to catch him off sides. He may not have looked at his own player to make sure that he was set, but I do know that Caleb Nix is out there saying that Dothan's offsides.
No, they were not. The down marker was not set.
Oh, okay. So they went faster than.
Well, they don't call Dothan offside, but they had not really set. The officials should have stopped the action.
Looks like they put the ball down before they even put the marker down.
Yeah, it was not marked. Yeah.
So we got 26 seconds here. Oh, there's a penalty, and it looks like Patrick Nix, the head coach for.
They waved it off. Timeout.
Okay.
I guess the clock was winding down.
Okay.
The play clock. So with 25 seconds left in the half, it's 28 for Central, 9 for Dothan. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. 1st and 5 from the 16. 25 seconds left in the half, and Central's trying to score again. Dothan needs to make a stop here.
Oh, he's wide open, Mitt.
But he goes out of bounds before he gets into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and goal from about the 3.
Yeah, it's very close, about the 3-yard line there. But, one thing to mention is Central has already taken all of their timeouts.
I'm going to call a bad snap here.
I sure hope so at this point. This is where bad snaps usually happen.
This time, touchdown.
Yep.
Another touchdown. So Central has scored twice in 1 minute and 24 seconds.
That one hurts, Mitt. I know it hurts the defense, and you look up at the scoreboard, and it's 30. Depending on if they kick this field goal and make it, it looks like it's going to be 35-9. And you look at the scoreboard, and you say, well, it could have been, 21-9, but we weren't able to execute on offense and weren't able to stop them on defense when we needed to.
So the score now is Central 36 and Dothan 9. And I'll tell you, Dothan that came back, and it was a 21-9, but Central has put up a couple of touchdowns here in 1 minute and 23 seconds. 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, I really liked the fight from our Dothan team so far this half. This half seems like it has lasted forever, I feel like. But there's still 19 seconds on the board, so you still have the opportunity for one of our returners to make something happen well, I don't know why the clock has started, because the game is not.
I don't know. They're not set. They hadn't set yet.
And they've now made it 9 up. Okay, well, they really want the half to end, apparently, the clock operators do, because we just went from 19 seconds to 7 seconds. And we didn't. Okay, now we're back to 19.
Back to 19 seconds. And like I said, Dothan can run it back.
Okay, what was that? I guess he stopped him before he got his. That's interesting. We'll try it again, Mitt.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to kick this ball off.
I haven't seen any quitting the Dothan players.
No, absolutely not.
They've gotten a couple of bad breaks, and they made a couple of them.
He could have let
The
that
ball
one
is
go
taken
out
at
of
the
bounds.
7.
Better. That's better. Oh.
And they return it to the 32-yard line.
It's a better return there by Dothan.
That was
Dury.
Dury with the return, and so I tell you what, I never would have thought Dothan would have scored with a 1:36 left in the game against Jeff Davis, but they did it.
Hey, that's exactly right. And I think right here, we've already talked about it. Raymond Blackman's beat everybody off the ball. I don't know. I can't see if he's out there or not. But I don't see why you wouldn't take a chance here.
Yeah, Blackman is on the far side,
Okay.
I believe.
It's not going to hurt to just let it fly. But we're not.
And they give it to Peterson, and he takes it up to the 35.
Another thing you hate to see is when you go to the locker room and you have 3 timeouts left in your pocket, Mitt.
So we've come to halftime, and the score is Central 36, Dothan 9. We'll be back with more after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.
Siona Arnold will be escorted by her mom, Toshia Black, and her father, Clifford Arnold. Amani Barrett is escorted by her parents, Dexter and Tiffany Traylor. Emily Boyer is escorted by her mother, Karen Milner, and father, Mark Boyer. Crystal Britt is escorted by Mrs. Anitris Cobb and Mr. Christopher Britt. Devontae Brown is escorted by Mr. Antonio Johnson.
Yeah, there's some noise in here. Okay. Let me turn this up.
Tabra Camp is escorted by her mother, Tara Nix, and her father, Bo Camp.
Yeah, that got rid of the noise.
Gabrielle Chuku will be escorted by Nicolia Fletcher. Jada Doster is escorted by her sister, Shanisha Doster. Megan Duffy is escorted by Yen Duffy. Kiera Hambright is escorted by Mr. Alexis and Mrs. Latika Hambright and Miss Jackson. Cameron Hill is escorted by Dorica and Chris Hill. Shannon Hogans is escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Hogans. Caden Jolly is escorted by his parents, Robert and Tracy Jolly. Alicia Kelly is escorted by Mr. Arthur James Kelly. Peyton Leach is escorted by Natalie and Philip Leach. Jaden Ledbetter is escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie and Sheila Ledbetter. Charlie Lee is escorted by his mother, Melody Lee. Andrew McKinley is escorted by his father, Brent McKinley, and his mother, Joanna McKinley. Chloe Marvin is escorted by Kimberly Maven. Faith Morris is escorted by Mr. Adrian Broughton. Tevin Parker is escorted by Lakeisha Parker and Nikita Thompson. Colton Payne is escorted by Leslie and Chris Payne. Amaya Rab and Tanaya Rab are escorted by their mother, Leslie Rab. Hannah Walker is escorted by Mr. Shedrick and Miss Sheila Mosley. Sir John Williams is escorted by his mom, Miss Erica Daniels. Destiny White is escorted by her mother, Shirley White. Keely Marielle is also a senior, but she was unable to be with us tonight. Let's give a well-deserved hand to the seniors of the Dothan High School Wolfpack Band. Thank you, seniors.
Your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.
Hello and welcome back to Riverview Stadium, where the Dothan Wolves are hosting the Central Red Devils of Phoenix City. I'm Mick Kirkland along with Gavin Thomas. And Gavin, it was an interesting first half, to say the least.
I would say that is an understatement. It was an extremely interesting first half. Our Dothan Wolves came out fighting. That's one thing that we talked about. But unfortunately, the Central Devils are just a really good football team and showed that in the first half.
Oh, and they
Oh,
fumbled.
no.
Wow.
And that's exactly what you didn't need to do right there
Wow.
with giving the Central Devils the ball back on the 10-yard line.
Exactly what they didn't need.
Wow.
Wow.
And Central, I mean, could you have drawn it up even any better? I don't think so.
So Central will be starting on the 5-yard line. This will probably be one play, touchdown. The
Man.
first play from scrimmage, Central scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I would think that Patrick Nix would like to have just a one-score touchdown here also.
Ball's on Dothan's 10.
Oh, man, he almost had
And we have a flag. It's probably going to be interference.
he almost had a Sports Center top 10 one-handed play there.
So it'll just be half the distance to the goal line, which will put it on the 5-yard line. So Central scored on the very first play from scrimmage on a 55-yard TD pass from Nix to Griffin. And wow, he drives forward and touchdown.
Man.
And that was number 4 again. He's been Johnson.
Yeah, there's not been too many big plays for Jamie L. Johnson, but whenever he's gotten the ball, he's been effective for the most part. But at that time, he was able to get the ball right in the middle of it, and looked like Dothan did a good job of defending the play, but he kept his legs moving. And whenever you keep your legs moving, good things happen.
Wow, and they convert the turnover into 6 points just like that. 2 plays. So Central goes up by a score of 42-9. So Dothan turns the ball over on the kickoff at the Central 10, and 2 plays later, Central's in the end zone for another touchdown. So Central have scored 3 touchdowns. They scored 2 touchdowns in the closing couple of minutes of the second
half.
quarter, and now they've scored here in the third.
Yeah, and we talked about it before the game even started. This is a high-powered offense, and they've just shown it tonight. They're a very good ball club, and I see this Central team going to the playoffs and doing very well.
So Dothan will start at their own 20.
And here, Mitt, I just look for this Dothan Wolves team to not get their head down and get out here and just continue fighting like they have all night, and just work on the little things, Mitt.
And we've seen them play. We've seen them. Actually, they had taken the momentum about midway through the second quarter.
Yeah,
And,
you're exactly right.
And then they allowed Central to score 2 touchdowns in the closing minutes of the half, and it just it's been downhill ever since. Jackson goes deep, and it's complete. And out to about the 35 is none other than Raymond Blackman.
It's been Raymond Blackman's game tonight. He's played a very great game, and he's been able to beat his defenders off the ball. But give props to Javier Jackson, because we were talking about it at the half, how Dothan has let Javier Jackson kind of air this ball out, and I hope to see that some more just going forward this season.
So it's a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Wolves. That was a gain of 15 on that play. He's chased out of the pocket, and he throws it away.
That's going to be real close.
Well, it went across the line of scrimmage, and he was out of there. But no, they flag him right there.
Yeah, there was really no one
near
over there. I don't even think we had a wide receiver lined up on that side of the ball. I think all of our receivers were over on the left side, and the intentional grounding call if you're sitting at home and you're like, well, that wasn't intentional grounding, there's gray areas with intentional grounding. You don't know if he's gotten out of the tackle box or not.
Yeah.
The ref's tackle box may be very different than the tackle box that you're looking at.
Well, he should have just taken off and ran the ball.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of that from Javier Jackson. Now, granted, he hasn't had a lot of time in the pocket, and when he's had time, he has made some great plays. But he hasn't had a lot of time, and so we haven't seen a lot of that running. They've done a good job of keeping him contained.
I'm not sure how Central is ranked state-wise, but I know they're in the top 10. I don't know where, but
being undefeated, being undefeated in this division is not easy. All right, you play a lot of really good football teams that are coached very well, and so they've got to be on up there.
Pass is complete to Blackman, and he goes out at about the 33. So that will bring up a 4th down.
Yeah,
at least it gave him a little breathing room.
It gave us a little breathing room and also gave the defense a little bit of time to breathe on the sideline. But we're going to see again a key player, number 19 for us, the punter, come back out and see what he can do to get the ball to flip the field for us. But also, we were talking about the Central Devils, and we were looking at before the game even started at all the kids. That was a great punt.
Wow,
but all of
kicks it inside the 20 to about the 18.
We were looking at all the Central kids that had offers to a lot of D1 schools. So there's a lot of players out here for the Central Devils that you're going to see playing on Saturday, I believe. They are a well-coached squad. And we've talked, too, about their coach. We talked a little bit briefly at the beginning of the game, but I'll bring it up again. They are coached by Patrick Nix. Patrick Nix is very well-known, very popular guy because of his son, Bo Nix, who is the starting quarterback at Auburn, whether you like it or not.
It's intercepted.
Oh, no. Was he able to catch it?
Yes. Intercepted.
All right. Well, there you go. That's an exciting play for Dothan right here.
James Dowdy with the interception.
Right there at the right place at the right time is what I call that. Mitt just threw it straight to him. And we've seen Caleb Nix do that a couple of times in this game where he hasn't looked off his linebackers. The linebackers have been able to get their hands on the ball. So that's 2 turnovers for the Central Devils now.
All right, so Dothan will be starting at the Central 25-yard line.
Yeah, and Mitt, we were able to capitalize on the 40-yard line when we had a great field position, and now we just look to capitalize again with better field position in the 25.
Jackson decides to keep it, and he dives forward to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did a better job of not throwing the ball away and getting a penalty there. But, Blackman was open on the play, so just got to give him some time so he can make that throw.
Central is ranked number 3 in the state of Alabama, 7A. Thompson is 1. Hoover is 2. Central is 3. So you look among the company that they're keeping.
And Central actually goes to Hoover and plays Hoover next week.
And the pass is caught by Thomas.
Yeah, he had some green grass in front of him. He was able to break that tackle by number 9. It looks like Lance Pitts there. He was going to break it off for a touchdown.
So a gain of 3 brings up a 3rd and 7.
3rd down, 6 to go.
Yeah, one thing to think about here, we are definitely in four. We're going to go for it on 4th down is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yes.
4 down territory.
You definitely got to go for it on 4th down. Thomas in the backfield with Jackson. Jackson drops back.
Double move.
Goes to the end zone.
Oh, no. Okay. Woo.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have a pass interference on the defense.
End zone, so that will They would spot that well at college. I mean, high school, at 15
Yeah,
yards. I
that's
was
right.
thinking the pros, it would be
The
spotted
pros,
at
that would
1
be a
yard.
really nice play, right?
Yeah, 1 yard line.
And it's one thing to mention is that last time that we scored a touchdown in this game, there was a pass interference on the other side of the field right here that was able to make it was able to march us down the field to the 10-yard line again. We were able to punch it in with a slant play to, I believe it was Blackman, and let's hope that we get to do that again.
And we talked about throwing long because you have a 50-50 chance of picking up the interference call.
That's right.
Thomas, and he stopped after a short game.
Yeah, the Central Devils defense has done a really great job of containing our running game. We talked about it at the beginning of the game, how many running backs we have. Now, one thing we didn't mention was Fluellen. He went down last game against Jeff Davis, but we haven't, he's out tonight.
Jackson leaves the game, and they put, they're going into the
Wildcat offense.
Yeah.
With
Blackman and Thomas.
Yeah, our man Blackman, who's had a great game tonight. Let's see what he can do with the Wildcat offense.
He gets around the edge, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Hey, it's good to try something different.
I agree. I think you've got to try everything at this point. But I tell you what, I don't think you're going to do too much on this Central defense. They've just got some monsters up front, and they are fast.
So it brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Wolves. The ball's at the 10-yard line.
One thing about Blackman is he's not very tall, so a fade to the end zone would not be very good here.
Whoa, that was a late hit back there on Jackson. Got 2 Dothan players down. Jackson's up.
Yeah, Javier Jackson took a good hit right there. He rolled out to the left, and looks like we're going to see the field goal kicker come in, but we do have a Dothan guy.
Yeah, it looks like Cassius Brady. Looks like number 70.
And number 7 is a big boy, and he's done a good job for Dothan this season.
Yeah.
But he is down on the play.
He may have cramped up. I see him rubbing his legs.
Yeah, it does look maybe like a cramp. Hopefully he'll be all right.
Yeah, he seems to be okay, we hope. 7:21 left in the third, 42-9 Central. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. Cassius Brady is being helped off the field. He was injured in a game earlier this season, but he comes off the field, and this will be a 27-yard attempt.
Yeah, Will McCarthy was had kicked a good field goal already this game, so we'll see if he can.
It's up. And good. So McCarthy knocks in a 22-yard field goal.
Yeah, they executed the snap on that play. We saw it kind of a snap infraction the last time, and this time it was a good snap, good hold, was able to kick it through. And what that does is it just builds confidence for your kicker moving forward.
Yes, he had a. Let me look back here. He had a field goal. Let me see what that field goal. It was a 32-yard field goal by McCarthy in the first quarter, and he knocks the second one through for 22 yards out. Now they had a bad snap on an extra point attempt.
Right.
Yeah. So the score is Central 42, Dothan 12. Dothan, that was set up by a turnover by Central, an interception. And he kicks that one into the end zone. So we'll come out to the 20. So it will be 1st and 10 for Central on their own 20-yard line. They have scored their last 3 possessions. And this time they have a little longer field than they had the previous. Their last score, Dothan turned the ball over on their own 10-yard line. So 2 plays later, Central was in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and Central Devils have put a different quarterback, and Caleb Nix's night is done.
And that was number 21.
Couple of new guys in the game. Romello Green.
Let's see, the quarterback is number 3, which is Jalen Epps.
Yeah, one thing we haven't really talked about is there are a lot of seniors on this Central team, so they've got a lot of leadership, and Epps is going to be their man going forward.
It's a high pass, and it's complete, and enough for a first down out to near the 40-yard line. That was caught by, that was number 18, Cameron Coleman.
Yeah, Caleb Nix is a senior, Mitt, and I'm looking here, and it looks like Epps is a junior, so he's looking at his team for the next year right here.
1st and 10 from the 40 of Central. He keeps it, and he lodges forward for another first down.
Yeah, man, Epps is actually 6 foot, 170, so that's a big boy at quarterback, and it's hard to bring him down.
1st and 10, the ball on the 49-yard line of the Wolves. This drive started on the 20-yard line of Central. Oh. Wow, he picks the ball up and get away, and he's hit hard. Taking him down for Dothan was James Dowdy. Yeah, but he almost got a first down.
Yeah, he did, and it was a bad snap, and he was able to pick it up, and our defensive ends were coming around the corner, just wasn't able to get him on the ground, and he was able to make a big play for Central there and almost made a first down, like you said.
So it brings up a 2nd and 2. And it's going to be a first down. That was Green on the carry.
Yeah, man, I know there's not too much, that Dothan can do with a team like Central, but just kind of looking forward, kind of looking into the future here. Dothan does have Smith Station next week at Smith Station, so that is a very winnable football game. Smith Station comes in at 1-6 overall, so this is where you've got to, this is a practice. You need to practice the basics, get the basics down, and work on the things you need to work on right now.
Whoa, incomplete. And boy, it's lucky he didn't catch that one, because number 7 for Dothan, Elijah Swain, was right there.
Man, and we haven't really called Elijah Swain's number tonight, but we do know that he is offered at, he is verbal committed to Southern Miss, and excited to see him play on Saturday.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10. Epps is the quarterback. In the backfield with him is Romello Green. They give it to Green, and he's hit for a short gain. Brings up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, good job by the Dothan defense that time. The defensive line was able to stop the run for Central, but it does look like Central is content with running the clock out a little bit here, which is what we did not see in the first half. We saw a lot of offense.
So it's a 3rd and 8.
Ooh, nice job.
Sack. The first sack of the night for the
That
Wolves.
is.
And that was number 25, Connor Cook.
Connor Cook came in and was ready to take down the quarterback there. Great play by the Dothan defense. Big play, and it's going to force a punt from the Central Devils, and they've only had to punt maybe twice
I think
in
twice.
this game.
Yeah. Back D for Dothan is Braxton Hornsby.
Now, Braxton Hornsby can do it too now, Mitt. We've seen him take a punt to the house, 80-something yards, something like that. Ooh, almost blocked it. Or we may have blocked it.
And it takes a Dothan bounce.
I think we may have gotten a finger on that or something. That just didn't look right when it came off the foot of the punter of Central.
So Dothan will be starting on their own 36-yard line. A good defensive series for the Wolves on that drive.
That was a great stop by the defense. We've seen a couple of those stops this game, and those are the things that you want to look at and kind of move forward with the season. It is big stops with a big, high-powered offense.
So it's a 1st and 10. 2:46 left in the third. Nothing there. They hand it off to, let's see, number 24.
Yeah, number 9, Lance Pitts for Central was.
You said 24 on that other roster for Dothan.
Lance Pitts with the stop. 2nd down and 11.
2nd and 11 for the Wolves. A loss of 1. Boy,
Ooh,
that wasn't
that
a good handoff. That's
that was
number
not
34,
clean.
Marcus Myers.
Yeah, if you can tell now, Dothan has now put in some running backs and some guys on offense that haven't really played as much this season, which is why we're very deep in our roster here trying to figure this thing out.
3rd and about way over 13 for the Wolves. Jackson drops back.
Oh, nice.
And it's complete over to Blackman, and he gets the first down. He's a good receiver.
He's a great receiver, and the one thing that you want to look at when you look at receivers is route running, and he has done a great job with running his routes tonight. If I could give a helmet sticker tonight, it would definitely go to Blackman.
So it's a 1st and 10 for the Wolves. The ball at the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line. Just over a minute left in the third quarter. Thomas in the backfield, and they hand it off to Thomas. He gets it outside, and he's just short of the first down. He's run out of bounds at about the 43. They're going to mark him out at the 44. So it brings up a 2nd and about 2. Octavius Thomas, he's been productive.
He has been productive tonight, and I was going to say that may have been one of our best runs of the night there. Only eight yards, but that tells you how good the Central defense is doing containing our running backs. You know,
Boy,
man,
I tell you what, Jackson should have picked up that first down.
You took the words right out of my mouth because, honestly, he had enough green grass in front of him. We know what Javier Jackson can do. We know how fast he is. and he would have at least picked up another 10, 15 yards on that play.
Yeah, he definitely would have had enough for a first down.
But you can tell for some reason he's not trusting his legs tonight.
Well, he was injured earlier this season. He missed a couple of games, so I guess he's trying to keep from getting hurt.
It may be the coaching staff telling him get the ball out of your hands and not, especially when the game is 42-12. You definitely don't want an injury right now in what they call kind of garbage time. You don't want an injury in this situation.
So it brings up a 3rd and about 2. Thomas glides his way through and picks up the first down.
Great run there for Thomas, and he's taken the bulk of the carries here and got Dothan a first down.
And that will end the third quarter play. So at the end of 3, the score is Central of Phoenix City 42, the Dothan Wolves 12. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.
Hello and welcome back to Rip Hughes Stadium, where the Dothan Wolves are hosting the Central High School Red Devils of Phoenix City, Alabama. I'm Mick Kirkland along with Gavin Thomas, and Dothan's on the move here. Gavin?
That's right, and this Dothan offense is doing a good job of keeping the ball in their hands.
Thomas was hit, but he moves forward for about a yard.
Thomas with the carry.
Big number 99 in the middle. Looking for his number. That's a lot of flipping the pages. Micaiah Simpson was able to stop Thomas in his tracks. We're going to see another big number 99, Jordan Davis, against Georgia and Kentucky on Saturday.
So instead of it being, okay, so it will be 2nd and 14.
Have you seen that big boy that I'm talking about?
Who is that?
That number 99, Jordan Davis for Georgia. That is a man amongst boys out there. He is, his arms are the width of both of us.
That's pretty big, Evan.
Oh, a refrigerator. Oh, man, and it was close.
Well, there was a lot of pushing going on there.
Yeah, we've had a couple of pass interferences that has kind of helped us out tonight, and that one was I think there was a little bit of pushing and shoving on both parts on that play.
That was a catchable ball.
Oh yeah, number 9 for Dothan could have definitely come up with that catch.
So it's a 3rd and 14 for the Wolves. Jackson.
Ooh, screen.
Screen
Yes.
pass to Thomas, and he drops it.
Gosh, it was there, Mitt. How many times have we dropped screen plays where they're there? Like that would have been a 70-yard. That would have been a touchdown. And just looking at the way that how the play went, it would have been a touchdown.
I think he was
Great.
running before he caught the ball.
Great play call. He did look up. I think he saw the grass that I'm talking about.
Yes.
And just saw the touchdown in his head and then dropped the ball. It happens all the time. Man.
So it's a 4th down. Dothan.
Oh, just grab it. Nope. Just pick. Oh, gosh.
So, well, we continue to self-destruct. Bad snap.
Oh, you guys at home, I'm sure
down.
you're laughing at me over here because I'm over here just kind of saying whatever I'm thinking at this moment. But, man, well, I know one thing we got to work on for our special teams is snapping the ball.
Yes.
Couple of mistakes there.
We're giving Central a short field. Absolutely the last thing they need. So they'll be starting on the Dothan 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
Epps is the quarterback. And they
Whoa. Mitt.
easy
My
touchdown.
goodness.
That was number 23.
Phew.
First play, number 23 is Zach Simmons.
And Zach Simmons is definitely not the starter on this team, but he can be. Those are some wheels right there at the end. I thought Dothan had him stopped for maybe a 5-yard run, and he scampered to the end zone pretty quick there, Mitt.
You have to you can't arm tackle these guys. You got to wrap them up.
You got to get him with your body.
Yes.
And really the only person that's been able to kind of get him with their body is Elijah Swain. That time we had movement. There was movement all over the place. Defense, offsides.
Yeah, and Central is showing you why they are ranked number 3 in the state of Alabama. You know.
Yeah, when you're this good, and you're number 3 in the nation, and you're trying to make in the state. Sorry, that was
slip of the tongue.
Yes, that's right. But they need to make it known that they are 3 in the nation, and I believe they're doing that
Blocked.
right now.
And
okay, let's run it back.
Blocked the extra
Run it
point.
back. Oh man.
So good special teams play by the way.
Yeah, our special teams have done a decent job tonight, again, with some of the snap infractions, but you can clean that up and in practice, and for the most part, special teams have been good.
So Central leads at 48-12, and we talked about Dothan not being able to put up points. The most points they've scored this year was 29 against Carroll, but all other times they have scored 20 points or less in all the other games that they played this year.
Yeah, we're back to that capping the number, Mitt. You know, we talked about that, the Carroll game, and they were able to get past that special number for you, and we'll see if the Dothan offense can put some more points on the board.
And they were able to get there because of 2 special teams play. A
That's
punt
right.
return for a touchdown and a kickoff return for a touchdown.
That's exactly right.
Ball goes out of bounds, so it will. Dothan will start on the 35. You know how in basketball they talk about when the shooters shoot and the ball won't go in, says like it's a cover over the basket.
Oh yeah,
You know.
that ball was a little strange coming off the foot of that kicker there.
Yeah. So
It's going to give us decent field position.
we just got to take advantage of it. So Dothan starts on their own 45.
We're coming in with a new quarterback, Mitt. First time seeing number 17. Good run play.
Whoa!
Great run play. Go.
Whoa! Number 38.
No, 38. Let's see.
Wow, who was that?
Oh,
That's our first time.
That's a
seeing
tank.
it.
Caleb
Thomas.
Thomas. There you go.
Man.
Hey, I'll claim him. That was a tank right there. Number 38 just bruised his way down the field. Great run by Caleb Thomas.
Thomas takes it from the 35 down to the 35. They give it to Thomas again. He cuts through the middle. Thomas breaks tackles, and he picks up close to, I think it should be enough for a Dothan.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Caleb Thomas in here, coming in with fresh legs for the night. Granted, we are putting some players in there that haven't played much this season, but they're fresh.
That was a 30 run by Thomas, and he just ripped off 10 more.
Enough yards for a little first down.
And we haven't necessarily told you who the quarterback is, but we have, looks like Ja'Cory Herring maybe.
There you go again.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Man, he's a tough runner. Where has he been all night?
I'm not really sure where he's been, but we need to use him a little more. He's got some legs on him. If you can see down there, he's got some thighs, and he just moved those central defenders down the field another 3 yards with the central defenders on his back.
We're not sure who the quarterback is for Dothan, number 17.
We've got a couple of 17s here, and I would think that it's probably Ja'Cory Herring if I could guess, but we know me guessing is probably not great. So
I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Thomas.
they're just going to feed him again, and I don't blame him
Boy,
because he is.
Oh, golly. The only thing slowed him down that time was his own man.
That's right. I'd like to see him run to the left over there on the far side. He's got a lot more room over there to run. Man, he's giving Dothan a spark right here at the in the fourth quarter, with almost 8 minutes left.
Dothan is in field goal range.
And he's over there warming up.
For
He's
McCarthy.
looking for another field goal tonight.
He's got a 32-yard and a 22-yard.
There he goes.
Down to, he needed to get to the 15. It looked like he's going to be short. Do you go for it? You go for it.
I would
Let's
think,
see the ball.
Fourth down, 2 to go.
I would think you got to go for it here.
Yeah, it's only
But they took the tank out, Mitt, so he's got to. The tank's got to get some more gas.
And in is Marcus Myers.
All right, this is a big play for the Dothan offense just to show some life here. Oh, no. Well.
So Dothan turn it over on downs. Wow, after a great drive.
I understand that the tank may have been a little tired there, but I sure would have liked to have seen the tank on a 4th and 2. What do you think?
I think he would have got it.
I think he would have too. I didn't see any defender that could stop him. I really think he probably could have gotten that first down. I hate to see him going to the sideline after running the ball.
If you look at all the yards he got, that drive started on 35 and ended up on the 27, and he got all of the yards.
I would venture to tell you this, Mitt. He probably has more rushing yards than any of our running backs tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And we've never seen him before. So, again, that tells you how much talent we have on this football team. Because there's some kids down there that we've never seen before that can make things happen with their legs.
Yes, definitely.
Just got to give them opportunities, Mitt?
7:26 left, and it's a 48-12 Central lead. It's the 2nd and 3 for Central. Whew. And it's a first down for Central. And it's enough for a first down, so moves the ball out to the 30 2-yard line.
Yeah, man, just wanted to kind of tell everybody, we talked about it a little bit before the game, that this is fall break for the Dothan Wolves. So we didn't have too many people out tonight. We had an okay crowd, but a lot of people, going to the beach, going out of town this weekend. So, but it's nice to have the crowd on hand tonight. Home game.
Good stop by Dothan in on that tackle was number 43 and number 45. 43 is Jaden Lee. 45 is Lowe. 2nd and 8. 5:47 left in the fourth. Dothan's trailing 48-12. Central taking their time.
Oh man.
Whoa, they finally drag him down. That was number 38. He was brought down, I think, by number 10 of Dothan, Thompson.
Deshaun Thompson with the tackle.
38
Enough yardage
for Central is
Fagans.
Desmond Fagans.
He's got some speed too. We've seen a lot of speed from all the running backs for Central. They've got a lot of weapons at Central.
.445 left in the fourth. Ball's on the Dothan 39-yard line. That was low in on the tackle again. A gain of about 5. It brings up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, man, at this point, Patrick Nix over there on the sidelines just trying to figure out how quick he can get to Arkansas tomorrow to see his boy Bo Nix play at Arkansas.
Well, he's going to have to leave right away if he's driving.
He most likely will be driving. He does drive to all of his son's games after he has his Friday night games. So, very loyal father.
Yeah, they'll be headed to Fayetteville, Arkansas. And that's going to be close to a first down.
Well, since we have some time, Mitt, what's the college game that you're looking at to watch this Saturday? We've got another good slate.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah, not really sure. Well, I'll help you out.
Yeah, help me out.
Georgia, Kentucky is going to be a fun one. You've got a 6-0 Kentucky team that has not been 6-0 their whole entire program history. And then you've got 6-0 Georgia, who's coming in number 1 in the nation, hadn't been number 1 in the nation since the 80s.
Well, all I can say about it is somebody will win the game. I'm going to favor Georgia. I think they're just strong because, we talk about the contenders and the pretenders. We talked about that game with Arkansas and Georgia, and we found out who were the contenders and who were the pretenders.
You're exactly right.
So we'll find out who Kentucky is tomorrow.
We will definitely find out who Kentucky is, and I do believe that Georgia will definitely get it done. I do think, though, that Kentucky, man, they've played a heck of a season, and I really think that they have an impressive offense. So I'm looking forward to watching that game. You've also got, Auburn's playing Arkansas, which is they have very similar offenses. Defense is kind of similar also, so that'll be kind of a good game to watch. And then Alabama, after that crazy game in Texas A&M in College Station, they play Mississippi State, who Texas A&M actually lost to. So that's going to be kind of an interesting game too. It's always interesting when you have Mike Leach at the helm trying to coach against Alabama too.
So Dothan's trying to keep Central from going over 50. And they are just marching down the field. This drive started at their own 17-yard line, and now they're on the 14-yard line of Dothan.
And I gotta credit the coaching staff here too, because they're not airing it out. You can tell that they're not necessarily trying to put more points on the board. They're just running the ball, but they're just a really good football team, so they're doing very well doing it. And that time the Dothan defense came through.
That was a good stop in on that stop was number 76 for Dothan. That is Jose Martinez.
Yep.
So it's 2nd and 11 with 1 minute to go. We saw some positive things from Dothan tonight, and some things to improve on, but it's late in the season.
Yes, you're exactly right. And I tell you the one thing that I feel like that we were able to clean up, and I think you'll agree with me on this, was we had a couple of silly mistakes, but I didn't see as many silly penalties tonight.
And I think that, yeah, you're right. They committed some, but they committed a lot fewer. This has probably been their least penalized game that I've seen them play.
This is probably the cleanest game that I've seen, and that is really good for Dothan. And that's what they have to build upon. They were most likely not going to win this game tonight. Central is much, much, much better than this Dothan team. But Central's also much, much, much better than a lot of different teams in our region and out of our region.
Well, they're ranked number 3 in the state, and they're undefeated, and they beat some very good teams.
And Central will see an undefeated Hoover team next week at Hoover. So that will be a very exciting game. For anyone that wants to watch it out there that loves high school football, then that's the game you want to watch next week. Not that you don't want to watch Smith Station and Dothan play. They will be playing against Smith Station at Smith Station. And so that will be a very winnable game, like I said, for Dothan. So I think for Dothan, you've got to see this, and, maybe you lost by a good margin, but at the same time, you did some good things on offense and defense to a great team.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to really hang your hat on.
Right, yeah. And we saw them get down to the 5-yard line, and they committed a penalty, moved them back, and they weren't able to score. They got down close a couple of times and weren't able to score, but those are some things you can work on. But, overall, they did okay. And like I said, I was glad to see them improve on penalties. The penalties and turnover hurdles. They had a turnover on their own 10-yard line, which Central converted in 2 plays to a touchdown. So it was a tough game for the Wolves, but you're up against a really good team in this Central team. So that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Our cameraman, thank you, Terry Stovall, for the great job you're doing tonight. And Gavin Thomas, always great to hear from you, and we hope our friend Cliff is okay. He had a medical issue, so he wasn't able to finish the game with us tonight. And this is Mick Kirkland saying good night, where the Central Red Devils beat the Dothan Wolves by a score of 42-12. So thank you for watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Your number 1 source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Lewis Smith Supply is dedicated to offering a vast collection of fixtures, faucets, and accessories for your kitchen and bath. Make your dreams a reality. Step into the area's only Kohler Premier showroom or see Delta's Brizo collection for the latest trends in kitchen and bathroom designs. Lewis Smith Supply offers an extensive line of plumbing supplies for contractors or do-it-yourselfers. For more inspiration, come visit one of our showrooms in Dothan or Enterprise.